Overnight, British luxury cars just faced a $27,500 price swing that nobody is talking about. If you're thinking about a Range Rover, Jaguar, or Bentley, you need to watch this entire video before making what could be a $45,000 mistake. The secret UK-US trade deal just signed will make some British cars instant bargains while turning others into financial disasters. We've uncovered which models will win and which will collapse in value, and the results will shock you. Stay to the end, where I'll reveal the one British car that could lose nearly half its value in just 12 months despite this new agreement. The economic earthquake. The British auto industry nearly collapsed 2 weeks ago after Brexit. UK automakers pivoted to America, only to be hit with a crushing 27.5% US tariff in April 2025. A $100,000 Range Rover suddenly cost $127,500 overnight. Financial devastation for buyers. JLR halted all US shipments for a month, 101,000 vehicles annually sitting in parking lots. This threatened 35,000 manufacturing jobs across the UK. The game-changing deal. Everything changed May 8th when the US-UK deal slashed tariffs from 27.5% to 10%, but only for the first 100,000 British vehicles yearly. This saves JLR £300 million annually. The deal also eliminated the 25% steel tariff completely, reviving Scunthorpe Steelworks, 39,000 jobs, and triggering Tata Steel's £1.2 billion expansion. The fatal flaw, the 100,000 vehicle quota creates a growth ceiling capping British exports at just 0.6% of the US market. As Professor Bailey said, this deal saves today's jobs, but mortgages tomorrow's expansion. The 5 cars most affected. Starting at number 5 on our list, Range Rover 2022 to 2025. The flagship Range Rover represents everything at stake in this deal. Let's break it down. Design context. The current generation launched in 2022 with a thoroughly modern interior and tech package that should age well for several years. Unlike previous generations that look dated quickly, this design remains contemporary. Original MSRP $104,500 to $218,300. Expected market impact. Despite the tariff reduction, JLR's CFO confirmed they're using these savings to offset rising production costs rather than lowering MSRPs. Translation: no price drop for consumers. Brand and reliability reality. Despite its prestigious badge, Land Rover ranked dead last in J.D. Power's 2024 dependability study. Consumer Reports highlights persistent electrical issues, air suspension failures, and infotainment glitches, all factors that accelerate depreciation regardless of tariff savings. The market truth. If you bought a Range Rover last year, you've already lost 15 to 18% in value, roughly $25,000 on a base model. This deal stops the bleeding, but doesn't reverse the damage. For buyers, expect the same steep depreciation curve, just starting from a slightly lower MSRP. At number 4, we have Jaguar F-Type 2023 to 2025. Jaguar's sports car showcases how this deal might not save legacy models. Design context. Despite its gorgeous body, the F-Type is now severely outdated tech-wise compared to rivals. With production ending this year, these cars were already depreciating rapidly before any tariff changes. Original MSRP $73,400, current market value approximately $58,700, 20% drop in just 6 months. Brand trajectory. Jaguar's uncertain future and transition to EVs has created perception problems. With poor reliability ratings and a dated platform, this model perfectly demonstrates how the UK-US trade deal can't fix fundamental market weaknesses. The market impact. Despite its luxury badge, you're better off waiting 6 months when these will likely sell for under $50,000 as dealers offload inventory. The trade deal might briefly stabilize prices but can't overcome the model's end-of-life status. Moving up to number 3, Bentley Continental GT 2023 to 2025. This is where the quota system gets interesting. Design context. The Continental GT remains thoroughly modern with its digital dash and contemporary styling. Bentley's consistent updates have avoided the dated look that accelerates depreciation. Original MSRP $235,000, current market value approximately $210,000. Only 10 to 12% drop. Brand strength. Unlike JLR's reliability struggles, Bentley consistently scores well in dependability surveys. This explains their stronger value retention despite the luxury price tag. Trade deal impact. Bentley ships fewer than 3,000 cars annually to the US, so they're well protected by the 100,000 unit quota. Unlike JLR, Bentley has announced they'll pass some tariff savings to consumers through price stabilization. The market reality. This shows how the trade deal benefits different British manufacturers differently. Small volume, high margin producers like Bentley gain certainty without the quota constraints faced by mass market luxury brands. At number 2, we have electric Range Rover 2025. This upcoming model tells the real story of the deal's future impact. Design and market position. The electric Range Rover represents JLR's most modern offering, but its US launch was delayed 6 months due to tariff uncertainty, a direct consequence of the trade dispute. Expected MSRP, $150,000 plus market challenge. The 10% tariff still puts it at a disadvantage compared to Chinese-made EVs with their 2.5% tariff rate. The EV transition problem. Traditional luxury EVs are already depreciating at unprecedented rates. Adding Range Rover's reliability stigma creates a perfect storm. Despite the tariff reduction, this vehicle will likely lose 25 to 30% of its value in the first year, a $45,000 plus hit for early adopters. And finally, taking the top spot at number 1 is Morgan Plus 4, 2023 to 2025. Small British manufacturers face a unique challenge under this deal. Design context. Morgan's deliberately retro styling means it never looks dated. Its classic appeal is timeless. However, its hand-built nature means production numbers are tiny. Original MSRP, $102,500. Market reality. Low production means minimal depreciation, 8 to 10% annually. The quota problem. Morgan exports fewer than 300 cars to the US annually. If JLR uses 99% of the 100,000 vehicle quota, niche manufacturers like Morgan could be squeezed out entirely. The trade deal dilemma. This illustrates the deal's hidden compromise. It saves large manufacturers, but potentially sacrifices the artisanal brands that give British automotive its distinctive character. Morgan may need to substantially increase prices or reduce US exports if they can't secure quota allocation. This deal reveals 4 shocking truths about the market. Dealership deception. Despite the 17.5% tariff cut, most buyers will see zero price benefit. JLR admits they're absorbing these savings to offset costs. Quota ceiling. The 100,000 vehicle cap locks in JLR's market share while potentially crushing smaller manufacturers. It saves jobs today but kills growth tomorrow. Steel revival. Eliminating the 25% steel tariff is actually more significant than the car provisions. British Steel is restarting idle furnaces, saving thousands of manufacturing jobs. EV disadvantage. The deal leaves British EV makers with a 10% tariff versus China's 2.5%, potentially crippling UK's electric transition just as it gains momentum. If you're shopping for a British luxury car, don't expect price drops. This deal prevented catastrophic increases but won't make these cars any cheaper. JLR products will maintain current pricing while smaller manufacturers might face supply constraints. 2023 models that have already taken major depreciation hits might become relative bargains as the market stabilizes. The electric Range Rover will set new records for first-year value loss despite these tariff reductions. Let's be honest, British cars still depreciate faster than German and Japanese rivals. This trade deal doesn't fix the reliability issues and perception problems driving that value loss. What do you think? Would you risk buying a British luxury car now? Drop your thoughts below. If these depreciation figures shocked you, hit subscribe. We'll track these models' values over the next year, and the results might surprise even die-hard enthusiasts.